All right, thank you guys. Burnley takes on Watford, and that's going to be a 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff. Watford's the plus money favorite. They're plus $1.40. The total's 2.5 juice to the under, with the draw at plus 215. And if you like Burnley in an upset, they're plus 210 for some money line cash. And following Tuesday's sports wagering action, I'm 6-4 with a push in my last 11 dog of the day tier package plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And that's a website where I sell really great sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. Now, the extra daily pick is another one of those packages that I sell, as I am currently 18-6 in my last 24 picks in that membership as well, and that's good for 75% during that stretch. I also have a bunch of other different great memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. We'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. And if you just want to check out the website, maybe browse a little bit, check out my current record, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, Burnley's lost just one out of their last 6 contests. That includes an impressive 3-0 victory over Bournemouth during that stretch. They also held their opponents scoreless in 3 of those outings, while also beating Southampton by the final of 2-1. They're taking on a Watford team who's won just 2 out of their last 10 themselves, and that includes being held scoreless in 3 of those contests. They lost to the likes of 12th place Everton, along with 19th place Aston Villa. And for those who don't know, 19th place, that's second to last in that league. Now, Watford's garnered themselves outright victories in just 6 out of 30 total matches this season and find themselves nestled in 16th place out of 20 teams in the EPL. Watford also ranks 17th in total goals scored on the season. They're averaging just 0.93 goals per contest. Now, total-wise, oddly enough, Watford saw 5 out of their last 9 get over the total of 2.5 goals. Meanwhile, on the other side, 3 out of Burnley's last 5 got over that number themselves. Give me Burnley plus 210. Great price point. Getting the job done for some generous plus money cash and the over 2.5 goals in that contest. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Thursday's international soccer action. But before we dive into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you once again that after Tuesday's sports wagering action, I'm 6-4 with a push in my last 11 dog of the day premium plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And of course, once again, that's a website where I sell really great sports pick subscriptions beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. There's also a bunch of different great memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. We'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. And one of those packages is called the Extra Daily Pick Tier Membership. It's only $2.99 through the end of the month, and I'm currently hitting at 18-6 in my last 24 picks in that membership, and that's good for 75% during that span. Now, I strongly recommend you at least consider using the website for sports picks. They're my personal plays, games that I personally have action on. And once again, guys, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And with that said, let's go ahead and move on. I'm talking about Southampton versus Arsenal, and that's going to be a 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff. Southampton's plus 160, totals 2.5 juice to the over. The draw is plus 245, and if you like Arsenal, they're plus $1.65 to win it on the money line. Arsenal's coming off a 2-1 loss to 15th place Brighton and Hove in their last outing. They were also blown out 3-0 by Manchester City in their match before that. Arsenal's won just 9 out of 30 total games thus far in the season. Ton of draws for them. Just can't seem to seal the deal when they're in good spots. But anyway, Arsenal, they've scored just 2 goals in their last 3 contests. They are taking on a Southampton team who's coming off a very impressive 3-0 shutout victory over Norwich in their last outing themselves. They also beat Bristol City by the final of 3-2 in non-league action before that. And when it comes to the scoring in this one, 3 out of Southampton's last 4 got over the total of 2.5 goals. 6 out of their last 8 also got over that number. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, the Arsenal side of things, their last 2 straight got over that number themselves. They also saw 4 out of their last 6 get over the 2.5. So with all that said and done, give me Southampton plus $1.60 in the over 2.5 goals in that contest. All right, next matchup, it is going to be a good one. I'm talking about Chelsea taking on Manchester City, 3:15 p.m. East. Man City's laying $1.25 for a win. Totals 2.5 juice to the over. The draw is plus 280. And if you like Chelsea in an upset, they're plus 333 for some plus money cash. But despite being in the top 5 in the standings, this Chelsea team is almost in the bottom half of the rankings with regard to total goals allowed. Kind of struggling defensively, allowing a lot of goals thus far in the season. In addition to winning just 5 out of their last 11, they gave up multiple goals in 5 of those contests. They are taking on a second-place Manchester City team who's coming off a 5-0 beatdown of Burnley in their last outing. They also shut out Arsenal 3-0 in their match before that. Man City's won 7 out of their last 8, and that includes shutout victories in 5 of those matches. Man City certainly they've had no problems putting the ball in the net this season either. They rank first in total goals scored in the league. They're also giving up just 1.03 goals per contest on average. Certainly a nice differential there for them. And speaking of the scoring, Manchester City's last 2 straight both got over the total of 2.5 goals. 4 out of their last 6 also got over that number. Meanwhile, on the Chelsea side, they saw their last 2 straight get over the 2.5 themselves. 5 out of their last 6 also got over that total. Give me Manchester City minus $1.25, winning this one outright, and the over 2.5 goals in that contest. All right, moving on. We're going to take a look at our next contest, and it's going to be in the Spanish La Liga. I'm talking about Eibar taking on Valencia, 1:30 p.m. Eastern start time. Valencia is the plus money favorite. They're plus 155. Totals 2.5 juice to the under. The draw is plus 225, and Eibar's plus $1.80. Now, Eibar's winless in their last 5 straight. They've given up 10 total goals during that span. They've also been victorious in just 1 out of their last 12. Eibar's currently in 17th place out of 20 teams in Spanish La Liga. They're averaging just 1.03 goals per contest. Eibar also ranks 17th in total goals allowed. They're taking on a Valencia squad who's coming off a solid performance against Osasuna. They took care of them by the final of 2-0. They're currently just 3 points behind 5th place Getafe in the standings. And when it comes to the total in this one, 2 out of Valencia's last 4 got over the total of 2.5 goals. 8 out of their last 11 also got over that total. Meanwhile, on the other side, Eibar saw 7 out of their last 8 get over the 2.5 themselves. Give me Valencia plus 155 in the over 2.5 goals in that contest. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be Real Betis versus Espanol, 4 p.m. Eastern kickoff. Betis is plus 120, totals 2.5, and the draws plus 225. And if you like Espanol to get the job done, they're plus 245 for a win. Espanol's won just 5 out of 30 contests thus far in the season. They're currently in last place out of 20 teams in Spanish La Liga, and they average just 0.86 goals per contest. They also rank second to last in the league in total goals allowed. They're taking on a Betis squad who's lost only 3 out of their last 7, while also garnering a marquee victory over second-place Real Madrid. And they beat Real Madrid during that stretch by the final of 2-1. Now, total-wise, 2 out of their last 3 stayed under the total of 2.5 goals. Meanwhile, on the Espanol side, 4 out of their last 5 also stayed under that number. Give me Real Betis plus $1.20 and the under 2.5 in that contest. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. And from our Patreon platform, shout out to Jonathan Fusty, Nahum Lopez Fuente, Rich Gabby, Michael Warmbier, Gregory Ezel, Kyle Reese, Sushi Kneeside, Alexander Lee, Mr. B, and Don Ladisic. Next, from our Instagram platform, shout out to Benjamin Button, Raphael92, Joseph Robert, Creative Culture, Chris Dewberry, Matt Mineo, Manoj Kalra, Benita Ness, Matthew Wilson, and Edmund Jageni. And finally, from our YouTube platform, shout out to David Arango, Bo Dunn, Luis Fernando Lopez Ortiz, Dependra Rajal, Kyle McTeague, Zizou number 5, Black Rogue, GTA Gamer Girl, and last but certainly not least, gotta give a shout out to my friend Fernando Padilla. All right, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Wednesday or Thursday to you, depending on when you're watching this. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.